Okay, hello everybody. Today's date is August 9th, 2022. And my name is Leslie Williams. And what I'm doing in this particular video, I already know I look like total shit. But check this out. The purpose of, let me do something here real fast. Hold on a second. Okay, the purpose of this video is to try and see if this video will capture the same type of evidences that I made some photos about an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour and a half ago. Give me one more second. Go get it, girl. I put it over there, baby. There you go. Go get it, baby. Mama put it right over there. I'm feeding my bird. Hold on a second. Alright, so check this out. Now, I'm hoping that this video might be able to, no, I want you to look at something right here. I don't know if you're seeing it on this video once this video is published. Alright, hold on. I know it. I'm sorry about the interruptions. Bear with me one second, okay? I got a video that I just uploaded. Well, I got a video that's on my memory card, showing that this area of my inner elbow pulsating, and the same thing is occurring on my back. Bear with me a second. Let me feed my bird, and don't walk away. I'm sorry about the interruptions. Bear with me one second. Honey, I threw some over there after you left. Here you go. Go get it, baby. Go get it, girl. Okay, sorry about the interruptions, folks, really. Okay, so, now, as I was talking, two things interrupted me. One thing that interrupted me was when I moved the phone a little bit on an angle, I noticed a, like I'm doing right now, actually. So let me see if I can still catch it. Now, up in my left corner up here is the sun coming through, right at the edge of the finger. Okay, but when I was holding the phone up like this earlier, a few minutes ago, in fact, I see it right now on the bottom of the home screen. So let's see if I can re-angle it so that it shows. Now, as long as it got picked up on the home screen and okay, there it goes again. So bear with me. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make sure though it's not the sun. I don't see how that could be the sun, anyways. Just bear with me. Don't go away. Alright, so if I notice it again, I'll just stop and make a notation about it. Now, check this out. What I was referring to, if it was able to be captured on the video as the video is being made, which it obviously still is, what appeared on my home screen was a arc type shape that went directly across my face, but it came from that friggin' direction. Okay? It came from that direction. The sun is friggin' behind me. Alright, there it goes again. Alright, now hold on. Alright, no, wait. Alright, hold on. Now, it could be just somehow weird. Okay, there it is again, but it's real faint now. Alright, now did you see that? I literally just saw a thing moving across the screen. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but I literally just saw an energy beam go directly across my face. Literally. I'm not exaggerating at all. I'm just verbalizing what I'm literally seeing on my home screen, on my phone. One thing you gotta understand about phones and video cameras and phones is that phones operate by and through their own dedicated radio frequency spectrum, which then in turn has its own dedicated inductance rate. Now the same thing applies concerning a video app. The same thing even applies to an audio app. The same thing applies to a tape recorder and a camera. Now, it's widely reported, okay, alright, hold on. It's widely reported that some of the technology that these satanic rats... Now, the thing that I seen literally move, it was literally something that... It was like an energy thing that literally moved. It wasn't no arcing beam from possibly a reflection from the sun at all. which I don't think what I was talking about earlier was that anyways, because that was even coming from another direction. But I literally just saw within the last, let's say, 2 minutes, a energy type thing literally flow directly across my face like this, okay, on my home screen. Now, I don't know if the video caught it, and you need to also know that this crime is widely reported, oh, absolutely, to edit videos and even audio of evidences that a gang stalking victim might catch accidentally, or maybe if they're doing specific things like, hold on one second. Because I don't want to get too far off into this. I want to get back to the subject matter. A lot of times gang stalking victims will use specific types of apps in order to try and catch if they're experiencing acoustic targeting. Look at my eyes. Do you notice the white part right here, around here, and around the eyebrows, and over here? Okay. Well, there is an extreme likelihood, and I've even had video exposures. Let me take this off. Okay, I've even had video exposures showing the white go directly down towards my friggin' ear. Okay. Now, I literally got audio files, and I know it sounds like I'm jumping around a little bit. Just bear with me, because all this stuff could be connected. Now, I don't know about if that energy thing that literally I seen on my home screen as I was trying to talk about the other one, okay? I literally seen it move. It was literally moving, okay? Literally. I mean, I literally seen it moving directly across my face. All right, hold on one second. And then when I went like this is when I noticed the white part, so that kind of distracted me to talk about that. But one thing you need to understand is I literally got audio files of doctors, including doctors, that wrote this book, okay? Global Brain Chip and Messaging, Nanomachines for Ultimate Control of False Memories by Dr. Hildegard Steininger, who's absolutely helps gang stalking victims find non-consensual biomedical implants. Okay, so hold on. Oh, absolutely. So the reason I'm doing this is because I just saw the arc again, and so, okay. All right, now see, if the sun's behind me, all right, there it goes again. Now, I don't know if you're seeing it on the home screen, but I'm literally seeing an arc clips back and forth. Now, what's peculiar about this is that the sun is behind me. Excuse me. So I don't know how an arc of light that goes down like this, including directly, it could fall on my torso, related to its proximity to me, and then at other times it could fall directly over my face, like I seen it earlier at the very beginning of this video. I don't understand how it could come from this position when the sun is freaking behind me. Okay? Alright? And then I literally saw a literal... Oh, hold on. Okay, and then I literally saw a literal energy beam literally vibrating and going across me. Now, that's not natural. But you see, I don't know if the video captured it. And one thing you need to understand about gang stalking is that these are, all right, hold on. These are literal salivating rabid dogs. Okay, these are literally, that's no exaggeration. The people that host this crime are salivating rabid dogs for many reasons. Okay? Hold on. Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is self-evident when you do extensive research concerning gang stalking, including gang stalking and torture. They're salivating rabid dogs. They fiend like a vibrating, like a non-stop vibrating rabid dog. No joke, okay? No exaggeration. But they will also have that same type of drive in making sure that they protect any evidence that a gang stalking victim consciously gathers or accidentally comes across, like when you're making a video. See, because when I was talking earlier about how it's widely reported that some of the technology that these fiending mass murderers use fall within a dedicated spectrum. Like scalar weapons are a little bit harder to distinguish and even verbally describe. Concerning mentally distinguishing concerning how they operate and how you might be able to employ techniques to catch anything that it might be perpetrating. But some of their other technology falls within a kind of narrow band radio spectrum. Now, some of their technology that is used, okay, has been widely reported to fall within the same radio spectrum as tape recorders, video cameras on phones, and even phones themselves. So when you're making a video file, and if they're targeting you, which is actually the reason why I made this video, and I'll get to that in a minute, it's very likely that the inductance of the app itself, the video app itself, and or phone that the video app is working through might catch something that they're doing, because it's widely reported that phones and or video cameras, and since this is a video app within a phone, runs in a very narrow band of inductance frequency, okay? And it's widely reported that that inductance is very close to the radio spectrum that these wildfowl animals are using. So a lot of victims have caught some pretty good, substantiable, almost completely indisputable evidences over the years using devices that run in that same narrow band of inductance that these little demonic, filthy whores are operating through. And that's all they are, is mass murder and criminally insane fucking Pluto freaked out maggots. Oh, absolutely. So check this out. What was the purpose of me making this video? Well, I woke up this morning with an extreme radiation headache. My left cranium was just on fire, and this part right here of my left eyebrow was burning like you would not believe. So what I did was, you know, when you're waking up, you're going from your subconscious to the unconscious to the preconscious to the conscious layer of your mind. Therefore, you realize you're waking up, and then you woke up. But when you're waking up and then you wake up in pain, and you're realizing that you're in pain, because this is the type of pain that you cannot block out with any power of the mind, okay, because it's a physical pain, it's a biological pain. Well, I literally woke up in massive concussive states and head trauma. Oh, absolutely. And it's still marginally affecting me right now. So I woke up and I tried to put on what I use to prevent myself from being affected, related to what they're hitting me with, and I tried to put on some additional updated things in order to get the effects in check, okay, because it was debilitating. So here's one of the initial first things I did. Now I want you to pay very close attention here. Do you see this cream right here? Okay, I don't know how well you're seeing it. You might be seeing it backwards. Okay, so I usually make videos through the back lens of that's on the back of my phone, but I'm making this one right now with the home screen. Now, this basically is I get it at Vaughn's grocery store out here in San Diego. And this is let me put my glasses back on so I can read it better. Bear with me. Okay, so this is extra strength. It's by, the brand name is Signature Care. And extra strength pain relieving cream, menthol 10%, topical analgesic. So if you feel inclined, okay, let me just, I don't think I can zoom in on this. All right, hold on. So if you feel inclined, you can take a snap screenshot so you can see the stated ingredients. Now, what this cream does is that this cream, and this has got menthol in it, so it's a little bit powerful. You even smell it. Then you can get the kind that's not where it doesn't have menthol, you know, no odor at all. Okay, I got both. Now check this out. If you're a gang stalking victim, and trust me when I say the following statements are widely reported by doctors, scientists, very intelligent, educated victims who have studied the criminalities connected to this crime for way over a decade, who are also being targeted, by the way. So they've done their research, okay? All the information in the book that I just showed you, okay, has got massive links in it, and just, you want to get that book, and that book is very cheap. So this is what this does. When you put this on any area of your body, it causes an immediate chemical reaction, because it's there to try to alleviate pain in the musculatory system, okay, which is right below your skin. Okay, let me set the phone down for a second, because what I'm stating right now, you don't really need to see me. So this type of cream, especially if it's got the menthol, it creates a chemical reaction within the skin, and then the chemical reaction kind of seeps down into the musculatory area or wherever you're applying it. Now, many gang stalking victims, I got the audio files to prove it, including doctors saying this. And trust me when I say it's on the internet, okay? So I'm going to interject this within my statements real fast, so you can watch some videos and get a so you can hear some testimony and some information and educated knowledge. Go to Google search box. It's better for you to try and find it probably through Google search box. But you can YouTube this as well at YouTube search. Go to Google search box and type in Dr. Catherine Horton. Now, her first name is spelled with a K. Dr. Catherine Horton, stop 007. Now, that would be the numbers, 007. You don't spell out the numbers, okay, 007, okay? So that would be Dr. Catherine Horton, Catherine is with a K, stop 007, and then press the space bar on your keyboard, and then type in, you want to press these. You want to also put a space between Dr. Catherine Horton and stop 007, then do another space with the space bar, and then type in Techno, Techno, Techno Crime Fighters, Forum, Forum. Now, the reason why I'm directing you to do this is because within Dr. Catherine Horton's YouTube channel, which is Dr. Catherine Horton Stop 007, is a playlist that is titled Techno Crime Fighters. Alright, hold on a second. Now, currently, there are 67 videos in that playlist, and you want to watch all of them. I suggest you start with video episode number 58. Start with episode number 58, 70, 71, let's see what else. Let me feed my bird. Hold on. You still there, boo-boo? I put some over there. You want to go over there and get it? Alright, hold on. Here you go, baby. Come back and get it. Mama threw some. Come on, baby. Sorry, guys. But you see, I experience such high levels of ultrasound that keeps birds away from any area where ultrasound is projected at. Birds ain't gonna come around, okay? And I don't know why they're coming around today. Actually, it's only one of them, because I'm still experiencing ultrasound. My ultrasound app picks up and infrasound app picks up extremely high readouts every single place I bring it up at. Every place, even when I'm walking down the street, okay? Literally, no joke, okay? Strongly suggesting that something is something that has to do with radio telemetry is enabling it to interface with me. I gotta say things carefully. Oh, absolutely. Now, you can research all my descriptions to gang stalking, so you don't sit back and say, this sounds crazy, I don't understand all this and everything else. You're only going to be able to mentally understand to come up with an accurate, factual conclusion based on your research. This isn't a crime that you're going to understand by scanning the internet for 2 minutes, because most people nowadays just do scanning. They take a minute or two, look at something, and then they walk away. The phone has completely taken away the human being's ability to sit down and read a book. Well, fortunately, with the internet, you can learn about this crime like you would not believe. But you need to say to yourself, I'm going to take this extra minute to bring up something about this crime and pay attention to it. You're not going to be able to thoroughly understand this crime by listening to something for 2 minutes or reading for something for 2 minutes. And you better, I'm telling you right now, my fellow American citizens, my dear fellow human family, you better research this crime. It's an epidemic all over America, okay? It's the main reasons why I do everything that I do, to help my fellow human beings. And the equal important reason why I do what I do is to try and save my life, literally. And I know all this probably sounds a little crazy, but it is what it is. It is the factual reality of the current situation in our world today. Gang stalking is a worldwide epidemic. It's going on all over America, and you better research it. So check this out. Now, she got her bread. I threw her a French fry. Okay, so anyways, now, bear with me a second, please. So what I did was, when I woke up and I realized that I had this radiation headache and the pain was mostly being felt. I'll go back and show you here in a second. The pain was mostly being felt at the lower left back base cranium and an area on my eyebrow, and I'm going to show you both here in a minute, so bear with me. And it was excruciating pain. Now, this is the same type of pain that I've endured on thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of occasions. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to go an extra mile and show you a couple things here so you can So hopefully this will capture your attention and as a means to isolate physical evidence in space and time once this video is uploaded. Okay? Excuse me. Bear with me a second. I'm getting some papers out because I want you to see what I'm going to show you. And I gotta get them out so you can see. I'm going to show you some evidence here because there's an extreme likelihood it relates to the issue of the subject matter of this video. So let me show you some evidence. And it's going to be a little hard to show you because I'm showing this to you through the home screen. So I don't know how well you're able to see it. You can take a snap screenshot of it and zoom in on it. Okay, that's a 2.5 inch, at least 2.5 inch surgical scar discovered on the lower back base cranium on the left side on July 9th, 2022. It'll be a month tomorrow. Okay. All right. So, how'd that surgery scar get there? Because I've only had surgery one time in my entire life that I'm consciously aware of and gave permission to, and that was when I had wisdom teeth pulled in 1984. These are non-consensual biofilm like crystal ocular islands implants that are in my eyes. They became transparently visible as a result of the boil bumps that appeared on my eyes, and they manifested as a result of an extreme electromagnetic weapons attack that occurred for 18 straight hours at 2 locations, including Vons grocery store on Regents Road and Arabia Street in La Jolla, California, San Diego. If you can make out that YouTube link, bring that YouTube video up, that's Techno Crime Fighters episode 58. Okay, and the energy was absorbed in my skin and my face and my musculatory system. The brain was affected. They targeted the brain and the face for 18 straight hours at 2 areas, a wooded area and Vons grocery store. That created the boil bumps on the eyes, pushing these biofilm like crystal ocular islands implants out, making them transparently visible, and they even lit up some of the light crystals, which is why you see the white lines. Okay, and you should notice that these types of eye contact lens implants that can make your eyes a video camera, okay, it's got a Sony patent connected to them. I don't know if the ones that are in my eyes are related to Sony or not. Now, the 2.5 inch laser surgery, the 2.5 inch surgery scar is less than 1/8, okay, directly below my left occipital lobe. And your occipital lobe is dedicated to what? Visual processing. Strongly and extremely suggesting a additional implant. Now, I have no doubt in my mind at all that once I take a video picture of the right side, I guarantee you're going to see the same thing. Okay? Now, so, what you got to understand about these wild, vile animals who commit this crime when you research, when you research remote neuromonitoring and gang stalking extensively at Google and YouTube, you're going to discover, and it's all over YouTube as well, you're going to discover that when it's massively reported, okay, 99% of the time, that if you are a victim of gang stalking and remote neuromonitoring, they can see through your eyes and hear through your ears. I also got laser surgery scars behind both ears. Okay? And why am I experiencing ultrasound through my ears and infrasound? I got an ultrasound app and an infrasound app, and they take extremely high level readouts every time I bring them up anywhere. I got over 3,000 snap screenshots showing the readouts at least 48 different wooded areas. This crime made me homeless, and several businesses and even bus stops and bus routes. Make no mistake about it, including at the Phil's Coffee Shop where I was brutally assaulted at 2 days ago. Okay, well, I got assaulted on the 7th. Okay, at Phil's Coffee Shop by a propped up useful idiot. Oh, absolutely. So anyways, now, so if the cranium, and then when I went to Scripps Mercy Hospital up here in La Jolla, San Diego, twice in the last year and a half, and they gave me 2 separate CAT scan on each visit, they found uniform position calcium deposits, okay, on the right and left back base cranium, which is where the surgery scar is right underneath. In fact, it's almost on the occipital lobe. It's less than 1/8 of an inch below it. Okay, if not directly on it. Because you gotta remember that picture's from a video, and when I made the video, I was trying to orientate the phone, okay, on the back of the head. So I still gotta do a lot more thorough investigation related to exactly where it's at, but I already know from the looks of the picture, it's indisputable from the picture, okay, that it's at least less than an eighth of an inch, okay, directly below the left occipital, which is the same exact identical area where the calcium deposit was found at, which is now actually protruding, out. Before it was just on the brain and underneath the bone. Now it's literally protruding out because I'm being hit there so fucking much. It's literally creating a big bump, okay? Which means I'm going to probably have to go back to the hospital pretty soon, and let's see if they come up with some bullshit excuse concerning why they can't give me another CAT scan, okay? Oh, absolutely, because I literally caught gang stalking inside his scripts, and you better believe this crime protects who it uses and who it's connected to in every way possible, and that fucking includes all travel routes getting there, okay? Because if I don't take the trolley to get there, that means it can take me up to 2 hours to get there by bike, okay? Absolutely. And I was told by the SDPD officer that the guy who assaulted me at Phil's was probably headed to the trolley across the street, which is in the parking lot of where Best Buy's at. Okay? So, letting me know that somebody that just assaulted me, he said individuals like this usually go to that fucking trolley. Well, that's where you would take the trolley at to fucking go to Scripps. So is that like an inverted way? I'm not saying that I believe it, wonder, or suspect it, but being told that, what do you think the mind is going to correlate? Because not just 2 days fucking before, when I went down to the courthouse, I took that trolley from UTC though, but it still goes by there on its way back. It goes by there before it then goes back to UTC, and that's where I got off it at when I came back to La Jolla from going to the courthouse. Okay, and I got off it there when I came back, and then I was able to just go along with the rest of my day. So I seen on the way back, while on the trolley, I seen UCSD Medical Center and Scripps. Well, through the Islands implants, they could see what I saw. Therefore, they're aware that I know that I can take that trolley to a location that's a lot closer to getting to Scripps than it would be by my bike. And then the assaults happened the next time I went back out in the community from that date, which was 2 days later, right? And then the SDPD officer tells me, well, I pointed to him about what direction the guy who assaulted me went towards, and he said, well, he probably went over towards the trolley station. That's where they seem to mostly go. So is that like an anchored information that if whenever you take the trolley over there, you might come across gang stalkers who got the capacity to fucking assault you? Because one thing you got to understand about gang stalking is that gang stalking absolutely, and I'm not saying that was the reason why the cops said that to me. I'm saying, though, especially if you got, because consider this, if you got a gang stalker victim, and I know this sounds a little bit weird, just hear me out. See, because that's what you got to do to learn. You got to listen. Why do I got surgery scars behind both my fucking ears? And why is it all over the internet that they're putting audio implants in gang stalking victims' brain through their nasal passage, exposed in the book I just showed you? Literally. I mean, they literally show nasal implants in the book, and the radio and the radio frequency spectrums that operate to them. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it because it's hard to show stuff from a home screen. But this book literally shows nasal implants, okay, at the microscopic level, ear implants at the microscopic level, and their radio spectrum readouts that of the radio signal that's dedicated to interface with them, as well as brain implants and the islands implants that are in my eyes. Where do you think I got the book? Oh, absolutely. Written by a doctor who's got massive impeccable, credentials. Absolutely. So again, the title of the book is Global Brain Chip and Messages, Nanomachines for Ultimate Control of False Memories, Dr. Hildegard Staniger. And she's all over the internet through Blogspot radio interviews, giving interviews with a private investigator and fellow victims. So trust me when I say, when you hear the shit you're hearing, this stuff is exposed in hundreds of books. I mean, just go to Google and type in Remote Brain Targeting by Renee Pittman and The Invisible Crime by Mike Fitzhugh Bell. Okay? and electronic torture, electronic rape technology, and gang stalking at the post office, written by Jewel Cran. 4 books of hundreds. Okay? So trust me when I say, when you hear the things I'm saying to you, investigate, because you're going to find truth through investigation. If a doctor is showing you ear implants, okay, nasal implants, brain implants, eye implants in a book that she wrote, and she's all over the internet giving interviews with other private investigators and victims, do you really believe nothing's going on? Okay? So we learn through educated knowledge. We get the facts from the educated knowledge, from the testimony, the research, and the investigations. That's how you're going to know truth. Truth is a fucking bitch to criminally insane animals, because it then reveals the things they do. Now, do you really believe these same type of criminally insane filthy whores ain't going to do what they need to do to protect what they've done to you? Of course they will. And that includes using hospitals. So if a cop is, say if you got ear implants in you, because think about this. This is truth. If I was to show you right now my hand, you see my hand in real time. This is physical matter that you're seeing right now. This is literally my hand. Is it not so? Right? So when I say that there's laser surgery scars behind both friggin' ears, do you think that surgery took place and nothing was done? Okay? Do you think this 2.5 long surgery scar on the back of my left back base cranium directly, I mean, not even an eighth of an inch below my occipital lobe, which is dedicated to visual processing, do you think that's there because nothing was done? We gotta think smart, think with common sense, think with critical thinking, and you will be able to determine truth. So if you got ear implants in you, like bone conduction cochlear ear implants, or just regular cochlear ear implants with you, which are Wi-Fi accessible, which means that they can interface with phones through a radio signal. Is that why I'm experiencing ultrasound everywhere I go, including when I walk up the street? Because when you bring up your ultrasound app and it reads ultrasound, how the fuck is ultrasound getting to me when I'm walking up a road where the only homes that are close by are 1,000 feet up off a hill? And there's no homes off the road at all or any businesses. So how is ultrasound being how is my brain being forced to process demonic, neurologically damaging, predetermined, pre-calculated, oscillating ultrasound frequencies and decibels continually every second of every minute of every hour of every day? How's it interfacing with me? It's got to be able to interface with me somehow, because if I'm at an area and they come on the property and put antennas and emitters and whatever the fuck else, which is widely reported they do, oh, absolutely, victims are finding that shit inside and outside of their homes all over America. Okay? But if I'm not at a fixed location that they know that I frequently use in order to then come on the property when I'm gone and put that type of shit up, so I would that would be the delivery system for the ultrasound. Okay? But then how is it possible my ultrasound app is picking it up when I'm on bus routes, bus stops, walking routes, down a road? Okay? Oh, absolutely. Inside and outside of coffee shops. How the fuck is it picking it up there? As well as infrasound. How's it picking it up there? It's got to be able to, that extremely suggests radio telemetry inside the victim. It's being used as a conduit so that it gets delivered through the brain. Now, if you got radio telemetry, audio surveillance in you, which that book also massively exposes, oh, absolutely, including the ear implants, some of the ear implants that have been taken out of victims. If you got ear implants in you, which the book even says that's done for audio surveillance to the perpetrators, then they can hear a cop talking to you. They can hear a cop saying to you, well, he probably took off to the trolley over there across the street. And where is that at? Well, it's in the parking lot where Best Buy and Ross and Marshalls and Ralph's and Trader Joe's is at. Right? So, given that being said, that is the same trolley hub I got off of, okay, on the 4th when I came back to La Jolla from downtown when I went to the courthouse. And on my way back to La Jolla on that trolley is when I saw Scripps and UCSD Medical Center. Now, through these islands implants, they can see what I saw en route. And I got evidence I was gang stalked to and from that courthouse, and then when I left the courthouse, I went to Point Loma Library for a little bit, then I went to McDonald's, and then I came back to La Jolla. So these little demonic maggots, okay, as a result of these islands implants, they can see what you see in real time. Therefore, they've seen that you've seen how close you would be able to be to Scripps by taking the trolley instead of fucking taking your bike and it taking you 2.5 hours. And one of the reasons why this could be relevant is because if they don't want you to go into Scripps, because you got a right to go to a hospital and say, I got pain in the back of my head, can you give me a CAT scan? Without saying anything about gang stalking or implants. And then if those CAT scans continue to produce at least suggestible evidence, because when they find calcium deposits on the back of your fucking head in 2 uniform positions, it's all over the internet, including in the Techno Crime Fighters forum and including in that book and many other exposures, that calcium deposits form around what? Fucking implants. Okay? It's all over the internet. Okay? It's all over the internet. Alright? So they find 2 uniform calcium deposits on both the right and left back base cranium on the brain in 2 separate CAT scans, and now one is protruding. And that's on the left side. And the left side is where this friggin' surgery scar was found in a video made on July 9th. By the way, that video is in the YouTube channel you're watching this video through, so we'll bring it up. Absolutely. So why would a surgery scar be directly below my occipital lobe, which is dedicated to what? Visual processing. If there's an implant in there, that helps them. See, because you got to understand something about the vision. Whenever I see something, it goes through the visual processing areas of the brain, okay? And so if they need secondary implants so that the information that's sent from the islands implants, that information I see through these islands implants goes through the visual processing areas of my brain. Now, you got dedicated areas of the brain dedicated to what? Visual processing. So if they need any secondary 1, 2, 3, or maybe even 4 additional implants dedicated to, okay, visual processing, including the fact that is there a likelihood also that there could be a prosthetic implant right in the iris? Because when I made several videos and photos, okay, there's a red and at times blue lit up dot in the middle of my iris. No joke. So research the Utah electrode array prosthetic implant as well, and prosthetic eye implants and implants at Google. Okay? So, do you really honestly believe that this is all hold on a second. Do you honestly believe for 1 second that all of this is an accident? Do you honestly believe for 1 second? Because think about what I'm saying. We see things with our eyes and we say, why is that there? We say, why is a surgery scar behind both ears? And I'm being gang stalked. And what's one of the biggest things that's reported gang stalking does? Put implants in the ears. Okay? What's 2 of the big interfaces that's widely reported that remote neural monitoring does to gang stalking victims? It monitors the ears and the eyes. Why do I got a big ass 2.5 inch long scar right underneath? It's probably even less than 1/32 of an inch. Okay? Directly below my occipital lobe. That's dedicated to visual processing. Think about what I'm saying. Think smart. You can deduce this shit with common sense. Right? So if a cop is telling a gang stalking victim who's got ear implants in them, okay, that the perpetrator who just assaulted you probably head over to the trolley across the street because that's where they seemingly usually go, then what is that conveying to you? If you got to use that trolley on any date, that memory reference is going to come back to your mind. Because what's one of the biggest things gang stalking depends on? Trauma, to create trauma episodic memories, so that when you then interface with a place or something that is related to a trauma memory, that trauma memory gets excited. And it's all over the internet that remote neural monitoring is widely depending on what? Traumatic episodic memories. So when you go to Google, research extensively at Google, what? Remote neural monitoring and memory mapping and memory stimulation. Everything I fucking see becomes a visual memory. Everything I hear becomes... And if you are told something that's dedicated to a visual memory, because I seen him walking away from me after he assaulted me, I seen the cop pointing, showing me that, oh, he probably walked over towards the trolley. Well, that's the same direction that I pointed to him that the guy went towards. So that becomes a visual memory. So that becomes auditory association to the visual memory, right? So then, if you make a decision on a trolley to yourself that you're going to start taking the trolley to go to Scripps and to maybe UCSD Medical Center to start getting medical attention, well, think about what I'm saying. Because what does gang stalking do? And then I'm going to let you go after I show you my eyes. What does gang stalking do? What do these demonic, sick bitch animals do? Why do you think they're staging rapes, assaults, robberies, and other traumatic things against victims every day all over America? Why do you think that is? It's done to create traumatic episodic memories. And memory references play a big role in pictorial thought composition, okay? And when you go to Google and you type in at Google, gang stalking, your thoughts are no longer your own. Well, these little demonic bitches, in order for them to achieve certain type of brain entrainment, especially to traumatic brain injury and disassociated states and concussive states, because when you're assaulted, your brain goes into a disassociated state. And so while you're in a disassociated state and in a hypervigilant state and you got emotions going on and much more, gang stalking is widely reported to create visual and auditory anchors to those situations. Okay? Something that like, okay, so like a trolley station is a visual thing you see, right? And you already got a visual memory of it when you got off the trolley, when you took the trolley from UTC to downtown, then got on the trolley from Santa Fe Depot downtown to come back to La Jolla, and then you get off it at the trolley station that's right behind Best Buy. All that visual stuff you see has got visual memory references. So when a cop is telling you your perpetrator left and went back towards that trolley station, that becomes an auditory memory to a already created visual memory. Okay? And if you said to yourself, I'm going to take this trolley to go to UCSD and Scripps so I don't lose a whole friggin' day just trying to get there by bike and bus, okay, well then that will then hopefully make it less trying physically, okay, to get there. Because you got to understand something about gang stalking. Everything I'm saying, you need to correlate it. You need to correlate a good part of this together. See, gang stalking will attack your abdomen, it will attack your waist, it will attack your stomach, it will attack your heart, it will attack your chest, it will attack your throat, it will attack your brain to make you so physically debilitated you can't fucking get up and go anywhere. I've already seen tweets about it this morning on the internet. Just this morning. Okay? Literally. I seen a PDF file showing how they attack the waist through radio telemetry. Downloaded it on my phone. Exposed by another victim. And by the way, that particular PDF is pertaining to the subject matter is widely exposed online. Research WBAN, networking, biomedical implants and gang stalking. Okay? Research body-to-body area networks and gang stalking. Okay? Because once they put any type of biomedical implant in you in any part of your body, all they got to do is send a certain amount of energy through it, through directed energy weapon on the radio signal, radio telemetry. Oh, absolutely. And then what happens is the implant starts conducting that energy and they fry you out from the inside out. So if they're attacking your abdomen for 3 straight fucking weeks to the point where you can barely move, how are you going to get up and pack up all your shit on your bike? Okay, walk your bike almost a full mile to the bus stop, then put your fucking bike on the bus with all your shit, okay, while constantly carrying your shit all day, duffel bag, backpack, fanny pack on your fucking back, your back is right by your waist, they're targeting your waist and your abdomen, okay. So what you need to understand is that gang stalking does additional things to debilitate you physically, which also will create non-stop agonizing pain for your body to endure continually. That means every second of every minute of every hour of every day. So that your body is literally debilitated. So imagine trying to get up to a hospital to fucking get help concerning pain, at least pain you're enduring, but going there is killing you. Okay? So if you see a trolley route that says to you that all I got to do is get up to the trolley station to get to Scripps and or UCSD La Jolla Medical Center, then that would put a lot less work on my body who's already affected that they're purposely, intentionally affecting. Well then, if they see that you're seeing that you can get there by the trolley by being able to see through your eyes and your eyes are seeing while you're on the trolley, that script is right there, then they know you're deducing this. Because they already know they're causing you extreme pain and torture every fucking day. Okay? They know you discovered this fucking 2.5-inch long surgery scar right underneath your occipital lobe because they watch every fucking thing you do online. So they're sitting back and they're taking all this information. And they're saying, well, what can we maybe do, possibly, to mentally intimidate her to not even want to go to the trolley station? Let's fucking stage assault. Okay? And then when the cops come, because we already know she's going to call the cops when she's assaulted, whether they come or not, which they usually don't. Okay, oh, absolutely. Every single time I've been assaulted, the perpetrator has been allowed to get away. Every single fucking time. 15 assaults. Okay? Every single time the perpetrator has been allowed to get away. Okay? Every time. Okay? Because they leave the scene before the cops arrive, if they do. Alright? So when the cops come out and you show him the direction he went to, he then tells you that, oh, he probably went to the trolley station. Okay? So there's an anchor to an assault and an assault perpetrator to the trolley. There's your psychological intimidation. Because they know you've seen this guy assault you. They know you've seen the guy walk away from you and head towards that direction. That then becomes a visual memory. Then when he tells you that, the officer, that becomes an auditory memory associated to the visual memory. Therefore, then, whenever you fucking go to, okay, the trolley station, that associated memory gets stimulated. Welcome to memory mapping, memory stimulation, and remote neural monitoring. These wild, vile horrors, when they stage these episodic memories, these staged events, is done to create episodic memories and to create intimidating correlations to them. It's a clever, in real time. Is it a clever, in real time, mental, psychological intimidation for future instances when you go to that fucking trolley station? Absolutely. Because that's what gang stalking does. It literally does these types of things. Literally. So if you got ear implants, they can hear that a cop told you that. Okay? And then it's reported, what's another thing that's reported these vile, wild horrors will do? They'll loop information that your brain takes in back to you over and over and over again in order to create visual and auditory entrainment. It's called the computer-to-brain link, the computer-to-brain feedback loop. Absolutely. Forcing the mind to constantly fucking experience it. It's electronic PTSD. Absolutely. You got victims all over the internet, in the thousands saying this shit. Okay? That victims are forced to hear their thoughts being played back to them. Well, how can that be? Well, when you research implants put in the throat, in the audio cortex, that enables them to record what you're saying fucking internally and or through spoken speech. Even Dr. John Hall has reported that on YouTube. Literally. Okay? Literally. I mean, so when so I'm just going to make this last statement and then, end this part of the video. So when you research gang stalking and the computer-to-brain link, the computer-to-brain feedback loop, when you research how remote neural monitoring hacks into the audio cortex and visual cortex and other neurological and biological functions, when you research how Voice to Skull sends gang stalking victims non-stop, identical, repeated loop statements. Well, if they're able to, because think about this, when you research subvocal speech monitoring and remote neural monitoring, and this hasn't even been exposed on national radio shows, okay, literally, okay, if they can monitor your subvocal speech, we're dealing with a crime, that's why they're reported to be doing so. You'll discover this through your investigation. So, remote neural monitoring is reported to allow them, the sick bitch demonic whores, the mass murdering, filthy raping animals, it literally allows them to record a gang stalking victim's subvocal speech, especially if you got a throat implant in you. Okay? So let me show you another thing here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, because remember, trying to show things through the home screen is a lot different than trying to show you things through the lens on the back of a phone. Do you see this white mark right here? That's either a surgery scar or a directed energy weapon burn scar. So zoom in on it and snap screenshot it and then zoom in on it. Okay? Absolutely. Right in my throat. And I get heavily targeted to my throat. Okay? Absolutely. Like thousands of other victims do. Okay? Absolutely. So check this out. Now, so if remote neural monitoring, allows the wild, filthy horrors, the completely demonic, demented, demonic rats who host this fucking crime, if it allows them to monitor a gang stalking victim's subvocal speech, do you think they're monitoring it and not recording it? Like speech signal choreographing for then later forced speech stimulation? Research that in remote neuromonitoring. There's a lot of information, but baby cakes, write down my descriptions and your mind will be blown. Investigate them through investigation. So, if they're monitoring it, do you honestly believe they're not recording it? We're dealing with a crime that's widely reported to be recording everything from you, okay, as a result of it interfacing with you. What is remote neural monitoring? They're monitoring you neurally remotely, okay? So, if they're monitoring your subvocal speech, and it's widely reported that they record everything they fucking monitor, then they're able to determine what the internal subvocal speech is processing. So if you say to yourself, you're going to go to Walmart, and your subvocal speech is being monitored, they are determining that. Then when you get up and go to Walmart, a bunch of wild animals are placed along your fucking route. Okay? Absolutely. So, if remote neural monitoring monitors the audio cortex, they can hear everything you're hearing. So when a cop says he went over that way towards that fucking trolley station, well, then they can build a mental scheme around that to create a mental drama that they can then. I don't want to get too much more far off into this, because it's not completely always wise to talk about things that you cannot at least fully prove yet. Okay, if they would be happening to you. I mean, I think it's it's outwardly apparent something's going on here. Because a human being, you see my hand. You're not seeing a ghost. You're seeing my friggin' hand. You're seeing something that's physical. Well, you just got done seeing a 2.5-inch long physical surgery scar on the back of my head. I got video evidence of laser surgery scars behind my fucking ears. Okay? And I have no doubt at all, if I really took the time to look, I would have no doubt at all that there's an extreme likelihood I got surgery scars on my neck. Okay? Oh, absolutely. Because I got 2 uniform position bumps on both sides of my fucking neck. And my cheeks as well. Okay? So we're dealing with demonic bitches who believe they got the right to do this to human beings. I mean, these people are fucking vile animals. They're sick Pluto motherfuckers, man. They're freaked out maggots. Their mentality and their pathology and their attitudes is Zoom. It's out there. It's Pluto. It's fucking demented and depraved beyond mathematical quantification. Literally. No exaggeration. These people are fucking gone. They're mental. They're fucking freaks. I'm talking about depraved psychos like Jeffrey Dahmer. They're literally that bad. That's no exaggeration at all. These people are fucking mental, man. They're fucking psycho. Literally, no exaggeration. Okay? I got fucking audio files. I'm sorry about the language. I got audio files showing scientists say these people are so demonic, it's literally beyond verbal description. Okay? There's security specialists online exposing their horror asses saying the same thing. Okay? These people are demented, man. They're fucking freaked out psychos. Okay? So if they're putting implants in people so they can fucking torture them from a remote distance and cook them alive from the inside out, does that not sound like a psycho to you? Okay? So if they know what they're doing to you, because there is no way that they can put an implant in any victim, okay, and not know that they're doing it. And then what they're doing through the implants is nothing but extremely depraved, sadistic fucking torture. They know then what they're doing from A to Z, top to bottom. Therefore, if they see that you have discovered at least preliminary evidence that indisputably shows you've been intruded upon, and then they see you're going to the fucking hospital, would they do anything and everything in order to make that? Because you got to also remember, there's other implants that are reported to get activated, that are put in the body non-consensually, that get activated as a result of the mind and body being under duress. Well, duress is created from stress, and that stress can also include psychological stress creates biological duress. Okay? So if you are intimidated about going somewhere because you might be assaulted because a cop anchored a location, okay, to an assault by something he normally said, by something he said that appears normal, you got to remember, once it's said, that's anchored in the victim's mind. That creates intimidation. Okay? Absolutely. Right? Because it's associated to a person who just assaulted you. That's how gang stalking works. It's like a stacking a stacking of information. The stacking of information is all together because it's related to one attribute that now becomes related to two, the assault and the trolley station. Okay? And you're looking at the trolley station as a means to assist you to get to somewhere so it doesn't wear out your body by going the other way. By going the other way puts you under physical duress, and there's information all over the internet that some of the implants are activated when the body and mind is under duress. What does this fucking crime want to do? It wants to kill you through slow kill torture. The implants play a fucking role in that. Big time. And some of these implants emit and get activated when the body and mind is under duress. So if it takes you fucking 2.5 hours carrying a bunch of shit, taking your bike on and off buses, pushing your bike with shit on it in 95 degree humid heat just to get to a fucking hospital that should take you less than a half hour to get to by the trolley, well then would they want to intimidate you not to go to the hospital by taking the fucking trolley? Because by fucking pushing that bike, especially if your body's already been